Hello everyone, it's Sergeant Mushroom with another Out of the Park tutorial. Today we're going to be going over the draft, and I'm going to start with all the things you're going to see before draft day, but after the draft pool has been announced. So this is going to be your player pool, mock drafts, and things along these lines. So here you've got your player pool. You get to this by going to the MLB button up here and then clicking on the rookie draft. This will show you all of the draft options up along the top right here. You can see the draft order down here, how much your average baseline is going to be for the slots, and the number of rounds in which you will be able to negotiate with draftees rather than them just signing for a $0 bonus. You can click on the draft pool here to see everyone in your draft pool. This is not a complete pool until after the draft pool is announced, which will happen approximately a month before the draft. Right now I have all our players sorted by OSA. If I want to change that, we can just select Head Scout to see our Head Scout's ratings. And now we have everyone sorted by the potential rating right here. The demand is on the right over here, where it will show you how much a player is going to ask for to be signed. It doesn't matter if they're drafted after the 5th round or whatever your point is of no more bonuses. They will ask for this amount of money, and it will take approximately that much to sign them. Different players will need different amounts of their overall demand or slot bonus in order to sign. It's going to vary, of course, on a case-by-case basis. The signability on the right over here in part indicates how hard it is to get the player to sign for X percentage of their demand. Giving a player their demand is almost always going to sign them regardless of what this thing on the right is with the signability. The scouting accuracy will tell you how well you have an idea of the player and how likely the player is to be around where the accuracy is. So with low accuracy, we aren't too confident in all of these players since none of them are really going to be given too accurate ratings from our head scout. The draft order button will show you, of course, when different teams are going to draft. You've got supplemental rounds here, which will be there for your live rounds, and uh, then you can go onto the draft log here, which will show you which players have been selected. Of course, in the pre-draft time, that's not going to show you anything. Draft history will show you any year from the draft and all the players who were selected at that point. The mock draft will give you an idea of when players are expected to go by OSA's ratings. Of course, since each team's head scout is going to play a part in the selection process, these are not 100% accurate, but they can give you a good idea of approximately when you can expect certain players to go, and they will help you be able to plan for your future drafts. So once you've done this, you can go on up to the actual draft day. So I'm going to sim ahead really quick here. All right, it is now draft day, so we can now do all our actions associated with actual drafting. If we want to check the mock draft one last time, we can come here and see if it's been updated at all. And we can go down to the default page here and click Start Draft to go to the Continue Draft page, or of course we can just click that and it will get everything going for us. So if you want to select a player, or actually, first things first, let's shortlist some players that we're interested in grabbing. So you can go to the shortlist button here, and you can do a default shortlist, but in this case, I'll create a new shortlist for the draft 2021. This will allow me to separate all the players that I'm shortlisting for the purpose of this draft that I could be interested in taking from the players that I'm interested in for other reasons. So I can come down and just shortlist anybody I might be interested in drafting. I'm just doing this at random. And now that we got some guys on the shortlist, we can prepare to draft. So you can click the auto draft until pick by Arizona button, which will take all of the selections until your next pick. Or you can auto draft team by team to get to that point. You can also go up to the actions button to auto complete the entire round and the complete draft. This will do all of your picks as well during those periods if you do decide to complete that. So I'm going to click the auto draft until our pick button so we can see who's still available and make our selection. So Joshua Baez is the top prospect by overall by OSA left. I'm going to select him just for simplicity's sake here. You can, when you're drafting a player, drag him down into this page right here. And you can also right click him and then click the draft player button. If you do that, however, it will just default to the draft player button here. If you drag them down, you also have the option to offer slot or the meet the player's demand, which will essentially just give your first offer during negotiations in a more quick and efficient way. So we'll draft him, auto draft until our next pick. And we've got another player left that we'd shortlisted. Since we shortlisted him, I'll just draft him. And at this point, let's say there aren't many interesting players left, so we'll auto complete the entire draft. And that will take us to a point where we can start negotiating with our prospects, which is going to be the last major part of drafting here. So if you go to your MLB button up here at the top and then negotiate with draftees, this button here will allow you to send offers to players. So you have the slot bonus for the round here, the demand right here, and then the status, which will say either awaiting offer or offer pending, depending on whether you have an offer out. I believe that at this point we can start offering our players their money. So he has a $550,000 demand. For simplicity's sake, you can just click the meet demand button right here, which will put the demand the player has into their money bonus right here. And then we can just click the submit offer button to give them the offer, whatever money that we want. So in this case, we've also got a 7th rounder with a demand. He's not in the top 5, so he doesn't have a slot bonus. We still want to get him, and we probably won't get him for nothing. So I'll offer him 200,000. I'll just type in the money right here and then click the submit offer. You can also see the money value in the offer if you've sent one out right here under pending offer and the $200,000. So that'll just about do it for all the things you can do during the draft. If you have any questions or think there was something left out of this video, of course, be sure to reach out to myself or the people with Out of the Park Developments. We would be more than happy to help you. I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I will see you on the next one.